What's going on, everybody? It's Bill Bailey with today's Boondoggle on Domain Cleveland Radio. And today I get to speak with Mr. Dan Murphy to tell us all about all the good things. What's
How's it
going
going,
on?
man?
Good,
Dude,
man.
good. Thanks for having me on your show. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Nope, not a problem. Not a problem. Before we went on the air, you're commenting on the background I'm using. I know it's
Yeah,
like from
dude.
a previous some of your previous work, but
Yeah,
it seems to
exactly.
fit with the times right now, right?
Yeah, it's an older promo for sure, but yeah, we were always joking that we invented the popularity of the mask before the mask took over. So yeah, in the beginning we were doing all of our photo shoots in gas masks when we were just a studio project and didn't really want to show our faces. We weren't really necessarily a band at that point. I guess it was more just a studio project. But yeah, it's awesome, man. I'm glad you found the old promo. That's sick.
Yeah, look where we're at today, man. Thanks a lot.
I know, right? Still wearing that mask at the grocery store, dude.
Yeah, well, good thing you had those, right? Planned
Exactly,
ahead.
exactly. They've come in handy. It's good.
Hey, Dan. So usually when I have guests on for the first time, I like to get a little bit of a background before we get into current events and stuff. So originally, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Man, always a musician, dude. That was the only thing I ever wanted to be. It's funny, like, yeah, just since I was, I guess, fifth grade, I got my first guitar, so that was always just the dream. It was always booking my own DIY tours and my old bands and doing little crappy West Coast tours. I'm from Montana originally, so I grew up there and booking my own shows around the state and then the Northwest and then down to LA and then eventually did a couple whole country things, but it was always just DIY, booking your own little shows and trying to make it as a musician, man. So that's pretty much been the goal since I was a little one. I guess when I was really, really young, I wanted to be a baker when I was like a really little kid. But yeah, I guess I aspired for something a little more exciting.
Nice. And then, like you said, it was around like first grade or whatever that you started getting into music.
I wish it was that young. It was like fifth grade, but
Oh,
yeah, I had to beg my parents for a guitar. My uncle played in a band at the time. It was kind of a cover band, but they did some touring around, and I got to see them at a family reunion. And I remember seeing this like white Parker guitar, and I was just like, dude, that is the sickest looking guitar I've ever seen in my life. I need to learn how to play one of those. So it was just kind of like torturing my parents from that day forward. Just, hey, when you buy me a guitar, you can buy me a guitar. Can I get a guitar for Christmas? So it's like I finally got the crappiest like crate Electra guitar package. It was like I don't know, $150 with an amp and everything from Piccolo's Music, my local music spot. And yeah, I got that thing, and that was kind of the beginning of the end where it took over my life, man. It's good.
nice. Yeah. So they knew it like, hey, all right, if you're serious, you're gonna make this guitar work,
Yeah.
and
Well, the
then
funny
we'll
part was my
then we'll put
yeah.
money
Well,
into something better, right?
yeah, I don't think they wanted it to work because my aunt and uncle were always warning me of, they were like, look, it's not a fun career. It's not a happy one. It's a lot of, not a lot of people can really make it to the top if you're going for, you know, being a famous musician or whatever you're trying to go for. But they were basically trying to tell me the realities of it. Like, hey, dude, I've been touring my ass off for how many years, and look where I'm at. It's not the easiest road, but like, I'm glad they kind of prepped me for that because it's like it really wasn't. It's been so many years of, grinding and rethinking and strategizing how to, continue making music and moving forward.
Yeah. And then, like, what originally you said you saw your uncle's guitar, but I mean, what else kind of like drew you to guitar?
I just kind of was raised by my uncle and my brother on rock, just classic rock. I mean, they were always making like cassette compilations and burning CDs for me and stuff, and they were always very, full of AC/DC and Aerosmith and Van Halen, and Buck Cherry was something I always listened to back at the time, that first record. So I grew up skiing, and I was just listening to a whole lot of rock music while I was skiing with my uncle and my family, and it just it's like half my family were like ski bums, and the other half were like kind of musicians in New York. So I just yeah, I just wanted to pursue the music lifestyle.
Nice. And then, like you said, you started in some other bands and stuff early on too. Like, what were some of your earlier bands?
Yeah, man. I mean, nothing that notable. We weren't like big or anything like that. But my first band was kind of like a new metal thing that we toured around Montana. It's called Driven Under. It was my like my second band technically, but then yeah, was with a band called The Good Night. We moved from Montana together. That thing kind of fizzled out. Two of our members actually in All Good Things were in my old band together. Um, But yeah, we've done a bunch of projects. All my bandmates are in different projects. You know, I had a short stint singing for Sean White, Snowboarders band, Bad Things, for about 2 years. We didn't release anything with my voice on it, but I'm just kind of, you know, we bounced around in different groups. You know, our drummer's played with Kyle Gass at Tenacious D. He's been in that band for a long time, and you know, we all kind of make our rounds. But yeah, it's good. We finally found like a project together again after all these years, where it's like, oh, dude, we're in a band together. This is sick, and it's bigger than ever. So it's cool. It's like our old band meets the new band member wise, and now we're all good things, and it's all come full circle. As strange as that is.
That's great. So you said you used to be in Bad Things, and now you're in All Good Things, huh?
Yeah, All Good Things, dude. Isn't that weird? I couldn't believe that, and it's funny because I didn't name either band. Like All Good Things was named before I mean, Andrew and Liz are my guitarist and my bassist. They named All Good Things. We write all the songs together, so it was kind of like, hey, come in, sing on some. We had this thing, All Good Things. Come write some heavy stuff with us, and that's how that kind of began. And then Bad Things, I tried out for that. I ended up getting the job singing for a couple years, year and a half to 2 years, and yeah, I was in All Good Things and Bad Things for a little while at the same time. It was hilarious.
Nice. So you kind of switched, you know,
good and bad
it's
things.
like went from glass half empty to glass half full now or something. Right?
I know, kind of ironically, I actually feel that way too. Like even mentally, I feel like I've gone that way for the last few years. Yeah, it's true.
That's great. So you guys, so how long's like you guys been working together as All Good Things then?
So I'd say maybe like probably 6-7 years, man, maybe even more. It's just time's been flying by. It's crazy. But I think, yeah, the first track Andrew and Liz had me come over and sing was on our Battle Rock 1 record that we put out, which was just written for licensing, never intended in being a band or whatever at that point. But yeah, originally our drummer, I was singing on other music for Andrew and Liz. They're producers, so they've been writing a bunch of stuff for years around LA. So they were having me sing on a bunch of different genre stuff, just for licensing. And eventually they were like, yeah, we've got this hard rock band, and they were asking around all our friends. They're asking my drummer like if they knew any hard rock singers. Like, dude, just have Dan do it. And they're like, no, dude, Dan's not really a hard rock singer. So it took them a while for them to ask me to sing on All Good Things, and they finally did. And I hadn't screamed, honestly, dude, in years. So to me, I was like, yeah, sure, I can do that again, whatever I used to do when I was a kid. So I didn't really think twice about it. Went in and just kind of screamed my butt off and had fun with it. And then that was like the beginning of it, man. I like got a bunch of streams online. They were like, oh, let's do Battle Rock 2 now. And then Battle Rock 2 turned into the Machines album. And fast forward to here we are, got a full length, like ready to go, coming out this year. So yeah, man, I'm really glad they gave me the shot to let me do some screaming on their heavy rock shit. It's good.
Awesome. And then like, what else did you guys have? Like, you said this is going to be the first full length coming out or whatever, but what else did you guys have any like shows or anything that had to get canceled, or a lot of things that were in the works before COVID?
Totally, man. We've had to structure our whole plan because originally we had the album ready to drop a year ago. We had a ton of tour dates that were ready to come out and be released. We had a few of them actually already released, and obviously had to cancel all that. You know, even going back before that, our Machines album, we originally, when we signed to the label, we thought we were just going to re-release that with 4 bonus tracks. So we really quickly turned around 4 more tracks, and we were like, oh, Machines Deluxe is coming out, you know, and that we thought that was like 2.5 years ago. So there's just a lot of politics and a lot of, you know, stuff in the world today that kind of pushed us back, but I think it's all for the best. You know, it would have been a bummer to put out this record that we're in love with and then be forced to sit at home for a year and never be able to tour and support it. So, you know, now that it's finally ready and we're ready to hit the road again, and hopefully this pandemic is on its way out, I think, you know, couldn't be a better time for it.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to so many bands that like had mountains of merch and everything printed and ready to go, and then now they're just like had to sit on it, you know?
Yeah, or everyone got really good at building their own online stores, you know. Like everyone's making their own stuff. They're doing the live stream thing. We did a bunch of live streaming. We started off in the beginning of the pandemic where we did 1 stream a week, which was really cool because a lot of the old stuff we did in our catalog, we never played live. It was like we maybe jammed it out in the studio before we recorded it and put it on the album. But after it was on the album or whatever, when it was released, it was just never really touched again. We never played it in front of anybody. So that really gave us a chance. Every week we're like, oh, let's go back and learn the back catalog. And even some stuff when I wasn't necessarily the one main singer, we had a couple other guys that was like, you know, I had to learn their lyrics and like learn their songs just to kind of get our old back catalog down. So it was cool. It was like a challenge for us to kind of really relive all the old songs and kind of really made us feel more like a band, because we did, I think, 12 live streams over the pandemic so far, and just kind of really went through the whole back catalog. And I don't know, it's weird. We didn't tour or anything, but it almost felt like we did. We just felt closer as a band, and like, you know, just that was the best thing about the beginning of the pandemic. We were so like bored and miserable, and I just didn't know what to do with ourselves. So these like once a week live streams were just like mental clarity for us. It was just like, finally we can get together and be normal for a second. But yeah, it's been a weird year, man. Hopefully you've been all right too.
Yeah, man. I mean, I had it for a couple days back around the holidays, and it wasn't fun, but you know, I'm on the other end and getting back into everything, and I'm just looking forward to hitting a show or something soon.
Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait, man. That was me too, man. I live in LA, and I'm always going to shows, or at least I used to be always going to shows or sporting events or something. So, you know, I miss that more than anything too. I can't wait to just finally see some live music, dude. I haven't literally seen a live band. Like, I've seen a one musician, like a one man band at a winery like 2 weeks ago. But like, other than that, dude, I haven't seen a band perform in 14 months or something crazy like that. I don't know. It's really wild. So we'll see. Hopefully, it happens soon. California is still moving slow, but I know a lot of the other states are starting to do shows and everything. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I was like the other day, I think I was going up to Walmart or something to do some shopping, and there was like a guy down in his luck hanging outside playing guitar, you know, for money and stuff. I sat there for a while because it was like, wow, it's like a live show again. So it's like I felt like
totally, man. You know, people really appreciate it more now. Yeah, totally, exactly. You're like, oh, I'll pay to support that because I haven't seen it in so long. It's epic. Yeah, I hope that there's definitely this new. I mean, I don't know. I was really nervous that people were like going to be burnt out. And they're like, oh, I'm used to the live stream. I don't want to like leave my couch. I can just watch my favorite bands from my couch. I'm not going to a show anymore. But I think it's the opposite, where people are really itching to get back out there and be around people and go crazy again. So we'll see.
Yeah, quite a few of the festivals that got announced here for the end of the year have like sold out like fast. So it's like, I think, the money's talking. People are ready to get out, you know?
Totally, man. Yeah, we just announced the Aftershock festival we're playing in Sacramento, and that thing was sold out before we could even announce it. So I think that's a good sign too, that people are ready to rock again. It's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Like we got Incarceration here in Ohio, and that one went quick. Sick. Well, so
yeah, man. Yeah, that's a great lineup too. Hell yeah. Are you going? Did you get a ticket?
Yeah, I'm going.
Sweet. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Nice. So, you know, I to your back to your like current album and stuff, I noticed that you guys were, you know, you had a track where you're working with members of Hollywood Undead, and
yeah,
like
man, that's our new single. Yeah, Johnny Three Tears and Charlie Scene. Yeah, we're stoked to have them on the track, dude. Yeah, that's an older track that came on our Machines album about 3 years ago. It came out, and kind of seemed to be the most streamed and most legs of all those songs. It got licensed a whole bunch and a bunch of sporting events and stuff. And yeah, just really did well online. When we signed to Better Noise, we kind of were talking about doing a collab and finding something super cool like Hollywood Undead, and pitched the idea to them. They were super excited. They really liked the track. And I mean, we just kind of pitched the idea, and they sent back these, you know, fully recorded bridge vocals that we mixed in. And we're like, you know, we didn't know what they were going to send. We had no creative input or anything. It was just like, hey, dude, throw down what you guys do and send it back. And it ended up being awesome. They even extended the bridge like over like part of the guitar solo and made it even longer kind of. So yeah, it was super awesome, man. They have a lot of similar fans. You can see a lot of cool analytics online and stuff now. And it seems like, you know, perfect band to collab with and an awesome band to go on tour with. So, you know, hopefully fingers crossed we can hit the road with them one day too.
Yeah. Now, how did that relationship come to be?
Dude, I wish it was more of a relationship because it was so distant. It was done during the coronavirus, so it was literally just over phone. You know, we never even met in person. You know, I've had a few Zoom chats with the guys, but we've just never even met in person, which is kind of funny. You know, we're in different cities too, so it was like even the music video. We shot the music video to green screen in our own studio here in LA. They had to do their own studio where they're at, and yeah, kind of pieced the song and the video together, but while being completely isolated in different towns. So, you know, as much as I'd like to say, dude, we broke down, we raged with those guys, they're epic. It's like I've never even had a chance to, you know, shake their hand or meet them in person. So it's funny, it's interesting. Hopefully on the road one day we'll be able to play some shows, drink a couple beers, but we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, man, I hope so. Now,
They look like a fun band. They've been doing a lot of live streaming. I caught a couple of their live streams. They did like house parties and stuff. So they have a fun angle with their live stuff. It's good.
yeah, definitely. But the name of the track is For the Glory. Like, what's the message that you guys were sending out with it?
So For the Glory, man, it's funny. That song was written probably the easiest song we've ever written. It just came together so quickly. It was like in an hour or two. But we were really just kind of going for kind of an anthem to kind of bring a group together, like bring a city together. I mean, Liz and I kind of had two different intentions. We both write the lyrics for the songs. We kind of go back and forth and fight it out until we're both happy, which is kind of cool. But with that one in my head, personally, I was writing. I'm a huge sports guy. Well, not all sports. I'm really a hockey guy, but you know, it was always a dream of mine to hear a song in like a hockey stadium, you know, like write a big sports anthem. And we were writing a lot for sync. So, I mean, it was like, we were still had that in mind too. And Liz was just kind of more of a, you know, we're in LA. So it was kind of like the prequel to Kingdom in a way, where it was a song almost about the city and a group of people kind of getting together and the rise of the underdog to kind of take over and accomplish what you really wanted to. So, yeah, For the Glory, man, it's a simple message, and it's one of the easiest songs we've ever written, but it seems to have the most impact, ironically.
Yeah. And then you guys were also on the Retaliators soundtrack. How did that come together?
Yeah, so that's funny how they've been For the Glory's been on the soundtrack for a while, but that was even, I think, before Hollywood Undead was going to become involved. And, you know, we had a bunch of different video concepts and stuff like that. But it was finalized kind of after the music video was cut together. And now that I've seen part of the movie and our music video, they have completely different looks. So it's funny because our music video originally had cuts from the movie throughout the entire thing, and it was totally different. But it was always the intention for it to be for that movie. So it was awesome, dude. We actually got flown out to Vegas in August to be a part of a scene with like Doc Coyle from Bad Wolves and some other people in like a grievance scene. I think they didn't brief me a whole lot on it, but I think we like someone had passed away and we're supposed to be there. It was like an alcoholic meeting or something like that. But basically flew in for them to get find out that one of the crew members had coronavirus, and they had like shut the whole shoot down. So we just flew in and then flew out, and then that was the last thing we heard of it. And then February rolled around. They're like, dude, we got a new scene we want you guys to be in. So they flew us out again. And I'm a gas station clerk. Me and our guitarist Miles are gas station clerks in the movie for probably a quick 10-second cameo, but it's still pretty interesting. I haven't seen the movie. I have no idea where the song is in the movie. I'm just really excited to see it, man. There's a lot of artists on the label that are in it. It's going to be fun to watch. I can't wait. And the soundtrack is killer. So hopefully we'll have like a big viewing party together or something at some point.
Yeah, for sure, man. Looking forward to it. What's it been like for you guys, like working with, Better Noise Music?
Oh, it's awesome, man. They're monsters in the rock world. They crush at radio, and they got a ton of touring packages that are always together. You know, it's like their bands always kind of stick together. I've been to tons of their shows before I even signed with them, but it's good, man. It's been good. It's different for us, to be totally honest. I mean, we came from a band where we were, writing our own music, self-producing in our own studio, and then putting our own artwork together and doing everything and throwing it online and never really overthinking anything. And this has kind of forced us to really dissect everything and find out who we are and rebrand and, just kind of figure out what the fans want, where to go musically. So it's been a lot of, I would say, overthinking compared to not thinking at all about what you're putting out there. But in the end, it's good. We've got way more songs than I ever thought we'd have for an album. Like, we wrote a ton of music and kind of narrowed it down, picked the best of the best. It's mixed, it's done. It's just that we're waiting for it to come out, man. So we're just working with Better Noise on a strategy on how to release the next single and, put out the album, hopefully when we're able to tour and push it on the road. So, hopefully this fall, man. I'm really crossing my fingers. It was penciled in for August, September, but we're still kind of just waiting to see if, we're definitely going to be touring. We got to figure out the next single. And I have a call right after this, so we'll hopefully figure out a little more about the future of the band. But I mean, the plan all year has been album in the fall. And, I can't wait to drop it, man. It's been a lot of, our fans have been very patient, and it's been, a few years where they've been patient with us, and it's definitely tested us too over the coronavirus. So we just can't wait to drop a new song. We're super happy to have For the Glory out, but like I said, it's a 3-year-old song. So we're ready we're ready to show the new.
Nice. And so, like, I mean, you mentioned that you guys recorded a lot of material and stuff, but out of all the songs on this new album, is there one in particular that you're like totally like looking forward to performing in front of a live crowd?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, a song called Push Me Down is freaking awesome. We were just talking about it before I got on with you. We're trying to figure out like the next single, and I'm kind of rooting for that one. It's just this really different vibe from For the Glory. Like, I don't want to be necessarily like pinned into the For the Glory has a very specific sound, and I just don't think that all Good Things music sounds like that. So I kind of want to put a really heavy in your face energetic song out just to kind of change up the pace a little bit. But I don't know, man. There's so many good songs on the new record. I'm really excited just to get out and play them. Like this fall, I think we have such a big back catalog. I think every set we're just going to try to switch it up and play something different every night just to kind of rotate through. We only get 30-minute sets most of the time, and so I don't know. There's too many songs that we all want to play. We'll be fighting if we only get the same 6 songs every night. So maybe every night we'll just have to have one member pick the set for that evening, and that way everyone will be happy.
Or throw some mean rock, paper, scissors games out there or something.
That's actually really good too. We can just do it like flip a coin on stage. We'll just have to figure it out on the fly.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and then you talked a lot about the fans and you know, following where their gauge is at and everything. But what's your like relationship been with the fans so far?
Yeah, that's the reason the band started, really, was just the fans, man. I mean, like I said, it was a studio project that was just a group of friends writing heavy rock music in the studio for licensing. So it never was intended to be taken to stage and be a real band and shoot music videos and write an album. You know, it was just that was years ago, but could never imagine fast forwarding 5 years and we'd be where we are. So yeah, it's been an interesting road, man. Sorry, I got a little distracted. Where were we going with that? The
just the relationship with your fans.
Oh, with the fans. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was already like fast forwarding so fast. But yeah, no, it started with a lot of people reaching out on Instagram and YouTube, and we have a Discord of like really cool hardcore fans that all kind of like created this community together. And you know, we without all the messages and stuff, we never would even considered being like, hey, dude, let's get on stage and like try to tour or like put out an actual album. You know, it was just like hundreds of messages like, dude, when's your album coming out? Like, who are you guys? Where are you from? Like, what's the next song? You know, when's the next single? When are you playing my town? So it's just like it was constantly being bombarded with these messages where like, well, there's actually like, I guess a fan base, but we didn't really know, but we had people that wanted more music. So, you know, eventually we went on Spotify. We didn't even look at Spotify numbers at the time. And we're like, oh, dude, we have a couple 100,000 on Spotify. This is crazy. We go on YouTube. We're like, oh, dude, there's some like animated music videos and game music videos that people had taken our music to, and they edit some really cool footage and upload their own thing. And some of those had like millions of views. And like this girl, Jenny 20 put up our song Get Up. It's got like 20 million views really quickly. And it was stuff like that where we're like, dude, we're not even trying for this. And it's like just like exploding for whatever reason. So yeah, if it wasn't for the fans messaging and like kind of like showing us what they thought our music fit with, you know, with all the AMVs and the GMVs that really inspired our Machines music video and, you know, our album artwork that we haven't really released, but all the upcoming album artwork and everything was super fan inspired and really kind of came from all the YouTube messages and videos we watched.
Oh, that's cool, man. And I wanted to ask you some of the questions I normally ask the artists on here. Some of them, I guess, are kind of tough, but who are your like top 3 musical artists?
Oof, that is the toughest though. Man, I'm so scattered. Like I have the widest. I just like so much different kind of music. It's funny. I'm not necessarily like just a rock guy. Like I don't listen to only heavy music, but oh, I've always been bad at this question too. I've really been horrible at this question. But I guess growing up, who did I obsess over? I was obsessed with like Aerosmith at first. I was obsessed with Pearl Jam for the longest time. Freaking love Eddie Vedder. And then I got really into like, I love the Used and like Coheed and Cambria and Thrice. Those are like my like high school bands that I was freaking obsessed over. I was kind of more into the Warped scene at the time and kind of the heavier bands on Warped and stuff. But I love Burt McCracken's scream, his voice and everything. And yeah, I would say maybe those 3. It's so random. I was like, what? Aerosmith, Pearl Jam, and the Used? Like, what? So weird. But yeah, dude, I guess for rock in my early years, I listened to a ton of that. And Yeah, I was very scattered. I mean, all over the place, dude. I listen to hip hop and even country now. It's like I grew up hating country and now I live in LA. I never hear country. I'm like, dude, I miss it. Like, where's the country radio? So it's just weird. I'm like music ADD, dude. I put on my phone on like song shuffle and it's just almost embarrassing the music that comes up. It'll be like Whitechapel and James Taylor. And you're like, what the hell is wrong with you? So I don't know. It's very strange.
I could totally relate, man. And then especially if my
Yeah.
daughters get a hold of my playlist, and then next thing I know, I got Justin Bieber and stuff slipping in there and everything too. I'm like, honest,
Dude,
that's
I
not
got
mine.
Bieber on my playlist too. Yeah, no, I know, man. I'm like that too. I like seriously, like I'll go on a bike ride and I need to start making playlists like for specific like workout stuff because it's like it might be really go on a bike ride. It's like only slow tempo like acoustic crap or like you said Bieber will come on. And you're like, damn, dude, where's my heavy music when I need it? But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm scattered like you, dude. I'm like all over the place with my my musical influences. It's funny.
And then is there a particular song that you feel has like been an inspiration in life, like when you're going through like a rough time and there's one that's like your go-to that you can always like put on and just helps kind of pick you up?
Man, I think all music is like that for me. I don't think there's a specific one, but there's definitely been so many times where like you're just mentally overwhelmed and you're like, I don't know. It's just like your mind's moving too fast. It's like your breathe app on your phone. It's like, or on your watch. I actually never used that until recently, but I'm like, holy crap, this really helps with anxiety. It's amazing. But
Yep.
I've always found with like, anytime I'm in like the midst of a panic attack or I can feel myself getting crazy, dude, I just need to like put in headphones and it just calms me down. Like no matter what the song is, it's just like if you get music, it's like okay, I can breathe. It's like almost I don't know. It's weird. I've had a few scenarios like that where I just like you put in music and you can kind of I don't know feel normal again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't have like a specific one song. I guess. Yeah, I wish. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because we were talking about playlists. And I usually ask that question because that I start taking some of the songs that they recommend and put them in like a positive mental flow playlist.
Oh, awesome, dude. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it kind of depends on the scenario I'm in too. Like, I don't know if I'm skiing or something, and if like I don't know, some hard rock AC/DC comes on or something like that, it puts you in the right place. Or maybe you're just in the mood for a sad song. It just kind of depends on my mood, I guess.
Yeah, you're right. I can understand that too. Sometimes I play like I'm depressed and then I'll play like something really depressing and like, why am I? But then it's kind of like
Yeah,
therapeutic,
but it feels so good. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly, man. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
getting me
Or
through
you
it.
can like, yeah, or like maybe your shuffle will put on some crazy hard rock thing after that, and you're like, wait, why was I depressed again? Like, what the hell? And it just snaps you out of it. Music has the power to kind of just change the way you're thinking. It's really weird. It's been that's just the most powerful thing about all the messages. People that have heard For the Glory and Get Up and Fight and some of our songs are like, dude, this has helped me get through, the military or get through like these exams I couldn't pass or like I got injured and I'm like, going through rehab and it's just crazy. Like the music can push people through this kind of thing. And it's really pushed us to keep creating it because we've seen the effect it's had on people. And like the messages that you read alone, it's like, dude, if I can get three people to write that message, it's like, dude, well, I mean, why stop? It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, no,
But
I got you, man. What is let me see. I got quite a few here. Okay, three people who've inspired you or you can credit for making you the person you are today.
ooh, man. All right. Um, dude, that's hard. I mean, I almost want to just go with like, I mean, obvious answers are your parents and your family and stuff like that. So I guess I could lump them into one answer. It's like my uncle and my brother, they were the reason I listened to hard rock. My aunt too. My aunt ran a studio in New York for a long time. So yeah, they're the reason I got into music and into rock. I guess it would be maybe my cousin who was originally my drummer who we toured all over the country with for I don't know like 10 years or something. We grew up basically since we were babies together playing music so that we always kind of pushed each other to keep playing music. And then I guess finally maybe fuck man, I can't pick just one of my members, right? I mean maybe my drummer, dude. My drummer, he was the best man at my wedding. He's been playing music with me for I mean since I moved to LA 11 years ago, he's been playing music with me. So yeah, dude, he's a diehard kick-ass musician. He's super talented, and yeah, I don't know. There we go. I guess those three will work. I don't know. All musician friends of mine that have all kind of just shaped the way I think, I guess, about the industry. But I
Gotcha.
can't leave out Andrew and Liz too. I mean, and Miles. Like, I guess the whole band. I'll lump them all in there. We're all just like been writing together for so many years now. It's crazy. It doesn't feel like a new band as much as we're like this new band that's never toured. It's like we've known each other forever now. We've been writing together for so long. It's interesting to like have all these interviews where people are like, dude, are you excited to play like your third show and your first tour and like, you know, your first album? It's like, it feels like we've been doing this for so long, but we've never been able to tour. So it's a strange vibe with this band. It's very back to front.
Yeah. So you mentioned your blood family, and then now you got your band family lumped in there. So
yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. Same thing.
Yeah.
Basically.
And then are there any like causes or organizations that you support that you want to encourage others to check out?
I mean, I'm always a huge animal rights fan. I mean that, and we actually it's funny you said that, because there were a couple songs when we were in the Corona period and we had even covers and songs that we had kind of like leaked and tried to share like snippets of just to get a little hype for the album. But then we were like, dude, we just gotta keep the fans happy and put it out and donate something to charity. Just kind of like some of our label mates had done that in the past, but unfortunately, it just didn't line up with the way the album was going to be released. We didn't want to put out a cover before everything else and all this stuff. So we had a bunch of different organizations we were just about to work with. So we might do it more in the future. But yeah, as of right now, I mean, we haven't really affiliated with anyone. But if we do, I mean, I'm going to be pushing for probably animals before anything. I like animals more than humans, to be honest. So I don't know.
Yeah. Especially, 2020 helped me realize that as well, that I'm more of a dog person than a human person.
Yeah, after you spend a whole year in your own house with a dog, you're like, I don't really need any other humans around. I'm all right. We do fine together. I don't know.
You've
No, I'm
been
just
so
joking.
loyal to me all these years, and I always just leave you at home and go out to hang out with people that aren't. What's the matter with me?
Seriously, man. Yeah, and now all of our animals are just like getting so attached that we've all been home over coronavirus for so many hours. I'm just imagining when I go on tour and everyone goes back to work full time, it's going to be some serious like separation anxiety with all these animals. Feel bad for them, but they've had a good year with us, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And then this one of my favorite questions. It takes everybody back down memory lane. What was your favorite toy as a child?
Oh wow. Dang, that is a cool question. Oh man. Dude, probably rollerblades. I don't know. I loved rollerblading. Dude. I love playing like roller hockey and like cranking up music in my driveway and like skating around and doing that. Or like I had a big wheel, dude. I used to race big wheels. Me and my cousin used to like collide as hard as we could on big wheels and try to do front flips. Like if you hit my cousin as hard as you could from behind on a big wheel, you could send him into this like 10-foot front flip. So we did this for a long time. We'd be like flying down this hill and just like hit you as hard as you can, just to like see how far you could launch your friend. So I did so many dumb things as a kid growing up. I lived in like the mountains. So we were just like, I stole my parents' lawnmower and I was like taking it off jumps and shit. I was like doing the dumbest things growing up. But yeah, anything with wheels, man.
Like Montana's Jackass or something, huh?
Yeah, totally. Not quite as cool, or we were like little jackasses, but yeah, it was stuff. We did so many dumb things, man. We were like launching fireworks out of car windows, and like we literally would like have these like my buddy lived on a lake. It was my first job, and we would have these like 4th of July like it was artillery cannons. You like light a firework and you like launch it at your buddy, and you had a trash can lid and try to deflect it before it explode on you. Like we just did some really stupid things growing up. We're lucky we didn't ever die. I sat on a dumpster with an artillery shell in it just to see how far it would launch us. We just did some dumb stuff growing up, man. We're lucky to be here. It's crazy.
Well, you're here to talk about it today, so that's good.
Yeah, right. Thank God.
And then you have any message for our military members that are currently serving overseas?
Dude, I was gonna say thank you for your service, man. I did a little research on you before the show, but yeah, dude, thanks to everyone serving out there. I've had some family in the military. My father-in-law was a former Air Force member, so yeah, thanks so much to everything you do, man. It's been crazy few years, and we had a lot of messages from military saying like even videos of them like working and like listening to our music, which is just mind blowing. So I mean, if it's cool. We've had a lot of people reach out and say that we've inspired them and like kind of pushed them to keep moving forward. It's just, it's amazing that we can do that for everything they do for us. So, yeah, I mean, it's awesome. It's incredible. But,
yeah.
thanks for your service, man. Thanks to everyone out there.
Yeah. Thank you. And I mean, that's part of the reason why I got behind starting to do this podcast. I remember when I was mobilized overseas, it's just like you needed a distraction now and then from, what you were doing over there
Yeah.
and think about home and stuff. So I would listen to, podcasts or just jam some tunes and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that
Oh, I'm
this
sure,
picks up
man.
with the guys over there and it's like a gift from
Yeah.
us to them,
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's awesome. And like, yeah, everything you're doing for, representing where you come from in your past and kind of like trying to share it and show what you've gone through and inspire more people to listen to your podcast. I think it's perfect, man. Also, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's awesome, dude. I'm stoked that I'm on your show. I appreciate you having me a part of it.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you're here. I appreciate it, man.
And
And then
hopefully,
like,
hopefully we got some Ohio shows that I haven't been able to announce yet, but hopefully we'll be playing close to your hometown, man. We can meet up over this fall and shoot it in person,
yeah, definitely. Well, I'm close to the Cleveland area by the Rock Hall and stuff. So,
Oh, dude, awesome. Yeah, we got some. We haven't announced them yet, but we got some Cleveland dates coming up, so it'd be cool to connect to the show, man. That'd be awesome.
oh yeah. I'll have to hit Tim up and say, hey, get me on the list, man. I gotta go see these guys.
Oh, dude, 100%. Yeah, for sure. We'll work it out for sure.
Awesome. And then before we get ready and wrap up, like if there's some of the fans out there in the virtual audience are like kind of hearing about you guys for the first time, or they want to do something to support you guys during this time before tours and all that, or just want to check some more of your guys' stuff out, where would you send them?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the best way to support the band is just buying a t-shirt. So if you do want to check out allgoodthingsmerch.com, that's our web store we run. We'll sign anything for you guys if you want to order a poster or whatever. But yeah, music's the most important part. So find us on Instagram, All Good Things Rock. It's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all Good Things Rock. And yeah, dude, thanks for talking about For the Glory. That's our new single. It just came out with Hollywood Undead. Got a couple new singles coming over the next couple months in the pipeline, and followed up by the full album in the fall, if all goes well and Corona doesn't come back with a vengeance. So yeah, I just appreciate you sharing the band, and if you guys can check out the catalog, it'd be much appreciated.
Yeah, I mean the videos are cool, like the ones you were talking about too, some of the fan ones. It's like I was going through the rabbit hole, and yeah, so definitely check it out.
There's a wild rabbit. You can get deep too, and there's a bunch of videos on there where they like speed up the music like twice as fast, so it's like chipmunk sounding versions of our music. It's called Nightcore. I wasn't even familiar with Nightcore until this band, but apparently Nightcore is a pretty big thing. You can find like sped up versions of every one of our songs. Apparently that's what the kids like nowadays. I don't really understand it, but it's like I can inhale helium before I go on stage. If you really want me to sound like a chipmunk, I'll bring helium with me, but I just don't understand the appeal personally. But it's funny to me. Some of these Nightcore videos have like millions of views. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's like an electric mandolin, the way everything's tuned up. It's so high sounding. It's just weird. But yeah.
Sweet, man.
But yeah, man. Well, I really appreciate you having me on the show, man. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, man, for sure. And before I let you go, you mind doing one last favor?
Oh, of course, man.
Mind cutting a promo ID for the show? Just introduce yourself.
Sure,
you're listening to today's Boondoggle.
Yeah, definitely, man.
All right.
Just right now?
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, this is Dan Murphy of All Good Things, and you're listening to today's Boondoggle.
Awesome, Dan. Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it. It's great talking with you.
I appreciate it, man.
Definitely
catch you too, man. Yeah, we'll be in touch. Yeah, I'll shoot you an email when we get those dates announced. We'll get you a show, man. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, please do.
All right, Bill, thanks.
All right, take care.
Dude. All right. You too, brother. Thank you, man.